Hello, welcome to Echoes of Impact with Noura. This is your host, Noura Almasri. Welcome to the show. If you are a Muslim or if you have Muslims friends, you already know that we are now in a month of Ramadan. What is the month of Ramadan? This is the holy month Muslims celebrate around the globe every single year. There are about 1.8 billion Muslims around the world, and they are in 49 different countries. In the US, there is millions of Muslims fasting every year. So this is the month where all fast together the entire month. What is fasting for Muslims? Basically, we do not eat from sunrise until sunset. Yes, we do not eat, we do not drink, not even water the entire day. But we do break our fast at the sunset. And usually people love to break their fast with either dates and water or just water. It depends on the preference for the person. There's a lot that Muslims do during Ramadan. Some cultural stuff, like they actually gather, try to see families. They're making sure they're reading the Holy Quran. They're making sure they are connecting spiritually with God, because this is the month of the connection with God and also relative and everyone. Some people rather have Ramadan quiet without a lot of noise. Other people love to have the spirit of Ramadan with other people, celebrate together, go to prayer every single night after iftar, which is the second meal, which is actually breaking the fast in the evening when the sunset comes. Some people do suhoor, which is the first meal in Ramadan. It's called suhoor. That's before the sunrise. Not everyone do the sunrise, the suhoor meal, because some people, they like just to do one meal a day during Ramadan because they feel lighter during the day. People have different preferences. So what I'm doing here, I'm just giving you an overview about what people love to do during Ramadan. I'm not trying to advocate what is the right thing or what is the wrong thing. I wanted to give you the cultural thing that people do. As Muslim myself, originally from Syria, I know like back in Syria, everyone tried to invite each other to iftar. Here also in the US, we have a large community in Chicagoland area. Everyone invite each other to the iftar and they go break their fast together just for celebration of Ramadan. And then after that, a lot of people go to the mosque to pray. That's an extra prayer. It's not the regular 5-time prayers. This is called Taraweeh. And they pray for about like an hour or two. It depends on the mosque and the imam, that is the person who is leading the prayer. They pray there. Now, this is not required for everyone. Some people love to have it like every single night. Some people like do it occasionally during Ramadan. Some people prefer to pray at home. So it's a preference. Then after Ramadan, what happens? There is the day of the feast. It's called Eid. The Eid is called, technically, Muslims have two different Eids. One is right now, after Ramadan, it's going to be Eid al-Fitr. Al-Fitr meaning now you are breaking the fast. So that's when we celebrate Eid al-Fitr, which is right after Ramadan, the day after Ramadan, when you are now allowed to eat, drink, and celebrate with family. A lot of people go visit friends. Some people like to go visit, go to the cemetery. Other people don't like to do that on Eid. But back home, I remember all men used to go to the cemetery. Here, we don't like, as me and my family, we don't like to do that during Eid. We want to keep the Eid for celebration and joy. And then we go to cemetery some other days. So there's a lot of different culture. There's a lot of different practices every Muslims do. And I want to mention something. Like, as I said, there's Muslims in 49 different countries. Not all Muslims speak Arabic. A lot of people think all Muslims speak Arabic. But they don't, because like, how can like 49 countries speaks the same language? So there's like different culture, different languages, different way of celebrating the month. A lot of people miss coffee during Ramadan. Even though everyone loves Ramadan, to fast during Ramadan, to feel this connection with God, to feel this connection with the people around you, because some people, like, you might not see them the entire year. Now you see them in Ramadan because they go to mosque, or you have an invitation with them to a common friend or family. So they love it. But if you are a coffee addict, you would miss coffee. But just like the first few days, we have headache usually. So this is a fun fact about what we do and what we experience. But the only hard, couple of days, the first couple of days. After that, you don't really feel anything because you get used to everything you're doing. You get used not to eating for the entire day, not to drinking for the entire day. It become actually hard the day after Ramadan to re-adopt that habit of eating again. So a lot of people have on iftar a big feast. So they eat a lot. But now a lot of people trying to make a healthier habit where they don't have that much food during iftar. So to keep the benefit of fasting for the body and spirit. So like different culture, different things that people do. A practice also we are encouraged to do during Ramadan is giving charity, volunteering to different charity, whatever the cause you believe in, giving money, volunteering. Also, like another way of charity, just smiling in the face of other people, not because you're fasting, you are actually not being nice for people, because some people, especially if they smoke or they get hungry, they might not be nice, but like it's an act of discipline in Ramadan. So even if that person cannot be nice like in regular days, in Ramadan they try to discipline themselves to practice being nice even if they are hungry, so they don't get angry. So a lot of different things. And you might have heard from your Muslims friend, if you have Muslims friend, that different people start their Ramadan in different timing. And what happens here, like we go through the lunar year. That is different than just the calendar year, January through December. Some people go with moon sides, and other people go with calculation. So if people go with calculation now, they will know already when does Ramadan start, and when does it end. If they go through the moon side, they won't know until the last evening. So the day before that start and the day before the end, that's when they do. Usually it's either 29 days or 30 days. It depends. So like different people have different idea and different opinion. I'm not here to say what I am recommending or what I believe on. I'm just giving you an overview to see, so you're not surprised when you see what other your Muslims friend doing. Now, today I want to show you some of these cultural and some of these examples. I have three great guests. I have someone from Syria. She has a wonderful store online that she sells women clothing. She has wonderful cultural clothing. I have another guest. She is from Egypt. She is actually a teacher. She lives here also in the United States, and she's an author. She's going to tell you a little bit about her book and about her experience in Ramadan. And the last guest I have, she is actually from Mexico. She is a convert. She is married to Muslim convert. So she is married to a Pakistani husband. She has two beautiful kids. So different people from different culture, and they all celebrate Ramadan in their own unique way. I want you to actually see Ramadan through their lenses. So you can see how different it is and how also similar it is. So it can be both. So today I'm really here to show you that. And also, if you notice, I'm wearing something very special for Ramadan. This is called koftan. I actually intended to wear this for this episode just to show you some of the cultural background so you can see it through my lenses as well. So I will actually I will be waiting for you to give me your feedback, to give me other topics also. I will talk about that in the end of the episode. But now let's go get to our guests. Let's hear from them, hear how's Ramadan, how do they celebrate Ramadan from their lenses. Like I said, I have someone from Egypt, someone from Syria, and someone from Mexico who is married to a Pakistani Muslim. So with that, this is Echoes of Impact, and this is your host, Noura Almasri. We'll be right back. Welcome to Echoes of Impact with Noura, and this is your host, Noura Almasri. I have a wonderful guest that's going to speak to you today. A dear friend, a wonderful lady who is a business owner and mom and a wife. She is a Muslim woman, has a very special business. We're going to talk about in a minute when we talk to her. But first, help me welcome Sally Droubi. Hi, Sally. Thank you for coming here today.
Hi, Noura. Good afternoon. Thank you for hosting me, first of all.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Can you tell the audience a little bit about you? You know, I introduced you a little bit, but I love always to have the guests introduce themselves because I feel like no one can tell about you better than you.
Sure. Okay, this is Sally. I am originally from Syria. I am mom of 2 boys. I'm married. I have a bachelor degree in English literature, and I am assistant professor. I have 2 jobs. I am assistant professor, and I am the owner of the Sally business.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So how do you manage 2 jobs?
Hardly. It's not an easy, you know, we're trying.
Yeah. Oh, good. So before we get into your business, let me ask you a little bit, since in this episode, we're really covering Ramadan and how Muslims in the US celebrating Ramadan away from home. So tell us a little bit, how do you celebrate Ramadan? And also like when it comes to your young boys, like I'm sure there's like a special thing we have to do to make them feel like there's something special, the holy month right now.
We're trying, you know, Ramadan, it's a holy month. It's a spiritual month for us. So we're trying to leave the atmosphere that we missed here. So like, first of all, we decorated our houses in Ramadan, lights, something like that, words, Quran, and also we try to get together, reunion with our friends, our family. We celebrate, we invite each other on al-iftar or suhoor. We make a big feast. Also, as a woman, we try to wear a special clothes, you know, like colorful abaya, embroidered stuff, colorful kaftan, dresses, something like that.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Do you have a big community around your area?
Not really, but we are a small community. But we're trying to get together, always hang out, and like to feel like we are not alone here. It's it's considered small community.
And how do you go ahead.
And plus also, you know, Ramadan, it's a month for like charity, for to do good stuff, to represent our religion in a good way, in the right way. So we're trying to do a lot of charity and good stuff.
Awesome. So how do you manage going to work? You work full time?
Yes, I work full time.
So how does it look like? Like, does anyone like make coffee close to you?
Yeah. You know, we are like we are working with a big community, so not all people fast there, but we get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you have, like, being the mom, like everyone waiting for the food, for the
Yes.
breaking the fast? So
Yeah.
how do you manage actually preparing foods for the family?
I try to prepare something before the day, and depends on like something like easy, ready-made, something like that.
Awesome. Awesome. So how old are your boys? Are they fasting yet?
Not yet, not yet. I have 10 years and 8 years old.
Oh, nice. Nice. Awesome. Awesome. So, let's talk a little bit about your business, because you have a very unique, special business that I
Thank you, Noura.
personally love. And
Thank you so
I
much,
keep
Noura.
going back to get dresses from your site, because it's really unique and the quality is amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about your business? When did you start it? Like, why did you start it? And a little bit about your business.
Okay. As people say, like, fashion is my passion. So I do like fashion a lot, like since I am like a little girl. So the idea, it's very old in my mind. Let's say it's a dream, but like it's translated to reality. Like, let's say 2 years ago, I started to work on my website, my inventory, like shipping method, everything, and I launched it. Let's say 1 year and a half.
Nice.
And like it's a woman's fashion store targeting women in general, like different ages. It's suitable for like women in hijab, women not hijab, and like different ages. It's very unique. Like, you can find on my store something that you can't find it outside. And also it has like the Mediterranean style.
Awesome. So how do you select your collection?
Okay, like I'm trying to do like different styles, like every now and then. So I do select my collection according to my customers. So I see what they like to wear, what they like to order. I select them according to their like fashion or their like side. Actually, most popular thing in our like website is the dresses.
Yeah, because it's very hard to find a nice dress that doesn't look like everything else in the store.
Yes.
So, like, really, when you go to your website, it's amazing, like very unique masterpieces, I would say.
Thank you, Noura.
And
Thank you so
I
much.
love it. I personally wear it, and I'm
Thank you,
kind of
Noura.
addicted to your site. I love it. So
Thank you,
you
Noura.
guys,
My pleasure.
you want to make sure to visit Sally's site and order something. I'm sure you're gonna love it. Once you go there, you're gonna love it, and you're gonna start order. And the order like arrive really early, so you don't have to wait for so long.
Yes. Yeah, 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. Thank you so much. And for now, since it's Ramadan, and I know you have a very special collection for Ramadan.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about the collection you have in Ramadan?
Like, we do have abaya style, like a colorful abaya, and like kaftan, embroidered stuff, something like a gown. So it's like represent the culture as it like represent Ramadan style. So I try to select something special for Ramadan to have it in my inventory.
So for you guys, if you did not hear about abaya is actually what women in the Middle Eastern world wear, especially in the Gulf countries mostly. When we say kuftan, that's what people in the north.
Moroccan kaftan is popular in Morocco, as you're wearing now.
Yes, yes, that's a kaftan.
Similar to what you have.
Yes, yes. So it is beautiful. I love kaftans. So
yeah, it's beautiful.
And I saw that you have a beautiful collection there.
It's very special to wear. Like, everybody say, "Oh, I like your outfit. I like your dresses. What is this?"
Yes, and it comes with different colors. What's your popular color? Like, and now they're having like some actually dresses from your website. What's your popular color? I would say like this Ramadan.
people most of the time go with a light colors. They do like white and pink. Some people like black and navy blue, something like that. The most common color is white color and a light color. The
Nice.
colorful.
Oh, that's nice. So I know also you have some accessories. So
yes, a little bit. I have a section for accessories. Yes,
okay.
it's also very unique.
Awesome. Awesome. So how can actually people find you? Where should they go to order from your dresses, from your beautiful collection out there?
We do have a live website. It's called Sally, and also they can reach us out on Instagram page.
Awesome. What's your Instagram handle?
Sally also.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sally, for being here.
You're welcome, Noura. Thank you for hosting me.
Of course. Thank you. And have a blessed Ramadan.
Thank you. You too, Noura.
Thank you. Thank you. So see, guys, like Ramadan is very special. I wanted to bring Sally on today because this is a really special thing that actually we wear in Ramadan. Not always, like we wear if we're going to iftar. If we, an iftar, that's the meal we break our fast and our dinner basically. So we like to wear the special clothing to iftar, and also for Eid sometimes that is the feast after Ramadan.
To represent our culture.
Yes, exactly. So it is very important to have some place to get this online, especially for people like when they live around the US. Not every area has stores to go to. Like, so this online collection is very important. Plus, Sally has a great collection and great quality, and I love it.
Thank you.
That's why I wanted to you all know about it. And you don't have to be Muslim to order from her. She has all type of things, and you can wear abaya and kuftan also. So go ahead and visit her website.
So much, Noura.
Yeah, you can go ahead and visit her website. Thank you so much, Sally. And
thank you, Noura, for hosting me. Thank you so much.
Sure. This was Echoes of Impact, and this we'll be right back. Welcome back. This is your host, Noura Almasri, and this is Echoes of Impact with Noura. Next, I have a wonderful friend, dear friend. She is an author. She is a wife and a mom. She also works she is a teacher. So she's amazing. She does a lot. She's very active in the community, and she's actually a leader in the community. I'm grateful to have with me today my dear friend, Rania Zeithar. Rania, welcome to Echoes of Impact with Noura.
Thank you so much for having me today, Noura.
Sure, thank you. So, do you mind tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Rania Zeithar, as you said. I am an Egyptian. I was born in Egypt. I have lived in Egypt about 20 years of my life, and then I came to the United States. I work as a special education teacher. I'm an author as well. My first book is America Through My Eyes, Experiences of an Egyptian American Muslim Woman. And that was a try to express myself and my culture to the American community. And I published my second book in Arabic, which is America التي لا تعرفها, and America which you don't know. And this book is a try for me to express myself as an American, or what I have learned in my life in the United States, to my fellow Arab people who never had a chance to come to the States. And I'm working on my third one. It's my very fiction book. It's English. I'm planning to publish this book in May 1st. The name of the book is The East Western Girls.
Congratulations. This is a wonderful news. And yeah, this is beautiful. Like, it's very important to hear about different culture. This is actually what actually connects us together, because without we knowing, we all, like human beings, similar. We have similar things. And when we get to know more about each other, are surprised on how much actually we have in common, more than the things that differentiate us. So
That's very true. I totally.
yes, yes. So as we are talking today about Ramadan, like our focus is Ramadan, I want to hear from you, since you are from Egypt and you've been here for a while in the US. I want to hear from you, like, how did you celebrate Ramadan back home, and how are you celebrating Ramadan now in US?
This is like very important topic, because Ramadan in Egypt is totally different than Ramadan in the United States of America. Um, in Egypt, I grew up, so everybody around me and everything is celebrating Ramadan. The streets is decorated, the houses, people are fasting. So I feel the spirit of Ramadan right away. But when I came to the United States, especially that I don't really live in around Muslim community, wasn't easy for me. The first Ramadan, it was really hard. Like, it's different. I don't feel the spirit. So I had to work really hard to feel the spirit and make my family feel the spirit as well. So I started like trying to educate people about Ramadan. I work in a public school, and there's no Muslims in my school. So every year I try to send an email to my colleagues and tell them about what is Ramadan, why we fast. One year, actually, I was able to decorate the lounge and bring some Ramadan treats and like Arabic coffee and Arabic tea. And it was so nice. People start asking me questions about Ramadan, how they greet for Ramadan, how they can like why you fast, and like the common question, you don't even drink water, those kind of questions, which I really appreciate. So it's always nice, even though it was hard in the beginning, but now I feel Ramadan, I create the spirit of Ramadan. It's not created for me. I decorate my house. I try to reach out to my neighbors. I try to go to different charities, Muslims or non-Muslim charities, to help and support. I try to reach out to friends to see them or help them, or collect as much as good deeds that I can, since this is the main reason for us to um, gain the most of this holy month.
Nice. That's wonderful and very important to feel the spirit of Ramadan. What's the most important thing for you in Ramadan? Is it like to go to Taraweeh, the prayer after dinner, or is it the iftar itself, or what is it exactly like the most important thing for
I
you?
always say that, like, the most the minute that I love the most in Ramadan is the few minutes before iftar. The meaning of like not eating and not drinking and not having anything all day, and then for 16 hours, and then now I can eat, and now I have all this food and water and feel grateful for this giving. Also, iftar, Ramadan, the most important thing of Ramadan for me is that we gather as a family. Normally, if in dinner or lunch, maybe I would take my dinner because I'm like have something to do, and my husband will take his dinner when he is back, or lunch, whatever. In the weekend, maybe we don't eat our lunch together, but in Ramadan, we always eat together. We break our fast together, and we eat before the sunrise together. So this connection with family, something very important for me. It means a lot to me. And I think it's a very big benefit of this month is gather family and gather friends. So I also enjoy having friends over, or going to see friends and have iftar with them.
Yeah, that's always enjoyable, and it's very nice to see everyone like during Ramadan. And like you said, like here, I also like my kids, everyone eats on like on their own time. So Ramadan
Even
is
they're grown
very
up, it's hard to get them.
exactly. So now you all eat at the same time. So come here and eat. So that's a good. thing. So, tell me a little bit, just like, because your book topic is not very, it's not away from Ramadan, it's still about culture. Tell me a little bit about your book. Why actually, what motivated you to write your first book? And what people usually tells you about it?
My first book started as articles. You know, when I told you I worked in a public school and there was no Muslims, so people start asking me questions about my culture, my religion, about why you're wearing hijab or what that mean, or do you believe in this? So I feel like I always write better than I talk, and I always have more than like couple sentences to answer the questions. You know, if somebody asks me a question in school, I probably will answer in a minute or two. But when I go home and write about that concept or subject, I can bring everything I have in my mind. So I start like writing articles and share them in Facebook. And then I found out a really good feedbacks about those articles from my non-Muslim friends and neighbors. And people start reaching out more and telling me, we really enjoyed reading about this. We had no idea about this. That was new information for us. Would you please tell us more about this? Or can you answer us this question? So it started as articles until I joined the writers group in Plano Library, which I owe them a lot. A group of authors, American authors, all non-Muslims. They loved my writing so much, and they encouraged me to collect everything I had in a book. And they said, Rania, we think the American community need to read this book. They helped me through the whole process. I published the book in 2016, and you know, alhamdulillah, so far my book is it's almost 4.7 star on Amazon. I would say 99% of the feedbacks I got about the book is positive, which encouraged me to keep writing.
Awesome. Yeah, once you write the first book, I guess like you would love to write more, because the way you express your thought, like in writing, is totally different. Like you said, like you cannot keep talking and making sure people are keeping track of what you're talking about. But when you are writing, they can always refer to it, and you can express what you want to express in a better way. And this is absolutely beautiful. Now, you said like your book is available on Amazon, so I encourage everyone to go get that book from Amazon and give Rania feedback on Amazon. Write your reviews, tell everyone about that book. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. Now, Rania, before we go, I wanted to ask you, like, what's your advice for both, actually, for Muslim woman who goes to work in Ramadan? And then what's your advice for those who are non-Muslim, they are not fasting, but they have a colleague or maybe a friend in the school who are fasting? How can they make that easier for them and can be, you know,
From my experience, Noura, I think our community or in our culture, we're not really positive about interacting, especially where anything belongs to our culture and our religion. But I think it's very important to be positive about that and try to interact and tell people about yourself. The amount of positive feedbacks I get every single year, I share an email about Ramadan with my like colleagues and teachers and principals, is amazing. Like it's always like overwhelming like joy for me. People always reply back to me telling me, thank you so much for sharing this information. We didn't know that much. This information will help us a lot with our Muslim students. So I think it's very important to reach out to the neighbors or the colleagues at work and try to express ourselves and let them know, you know, what you know, they know now. I don't drink my coffee every day. They know I might be tired by the end of the day. So it does spread understanding and compassion.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rania, for being here. I really enjoyed talking to you, and I'm sure that our audience got tons of value from what you spoke about and your perspective on Ramadan and Ramadan in America. Actually, I want you guys to go ahead to Amazon right now and grab the book. Thank you so much. This is Echoes of Impact with Noura. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is your host, Noura Almasri, and this is Echoes of Impact with Noura. I have last my dear friend, Cynthia Junejo. She is my dear friend. Actually, she is an amazing woman from Mexico. She is a Muslim convert, and her husband is from Pakistan. That's why I thought like she has a lot to share with you about Ramadan. And also she's a business owner in addition to her full-time job. So help me welcome my dear friend, Cynthia. Cynthia, welcome to the show.
Assalamu alaikum, Noura. Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm honored to be a guest on your show.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to have you here. So, Cynthia, can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself? What do you do? Like your background? I always love when my guests introduce themselves because I think like no one can introduce you better than you do.
Oh, thank you. Absolutely. So as you mentioned, I am Mexican American. I was born and raised here in Chicago, but both of my parents are from Mexico. I was raised in a Catholic household. Growing up, my parents were not too religious, so they were okay with us exploring, learning, as we became adults, they were okay with this. Fast forward a few years, I met my husband, and he is from Pakistan, as you mentioned. We now have been married 20 years. And we have 2 children. We have a son and a daughter. They are now 18 and 20. And yes, my background is in the hospitality field. I work for a law firm. I coordinate all of their events. It is a global law firm. And in our Chicago office, we have over 300 attorneys. So as you can imagine, I am pretty busy coordinating all of these events. And now that my children are a little bit older and I don't have to take them, to and from, one of the things that my daughter and I decided to do to spend more time together. We both like making jewelry, so we decided to do this as our hobby. She said, let's become entrepreneurs. So that's kind of how this came to be. And now that's what we do. It's been about 2 years now.
That's beautiful. And I saw your jewelry is very nice and very unique, and I love them. So I'm glad that your daughter told you to do that because it's awesome. I don't see them anywhere else except from you. And for you guys out there, you can check the Instagram page for Cynthia and to see her jewelry and order them. Actually, I want to hear from you, like being a convert, how old were you, and how was it Ramadan for you? Because always we get the question, how do you stay all this time without water? So you now have to do it yourself, but did not grow up doing it. I'm sure it was a little bit harder than when we are trained since we were younger. So I'm not sure. I'm not going to speak for you. I want to hear from you and let us know, how did that feel for you?
Of course. Yes. So the interesting fact about it, I started gaining interest for Islam in high school. I had a world history class, and there was a small part of the chapter where they went over Islam, and I just really liked learning. It's something that really touched my heart, and I wanted to learn more about it. And when I met my husband, it was straight out of high school, and this is what connected us, right? My interest for Islam. And I never had to fast like this before, as you mentioned. I did fast even before converting when I was already, so I converted after marriage. Um, However, I was fasting about 4 years before I converted. So I converted now about almost 5 years ago. So total, I've been fasting about 9 years. And I think the main thing is the intention. I saw my husband was fasting, and though I hadn't converted, I wanted to do it with him. I wanted to feel what he was feeling. So in the morning, I would wake up early with him and just make the intention. I said, okay, he's fasting. He's my husband. I would love to fast with him. And it was so beautiful, at the end of the evening to have a dinner together to break our fast. So that's kind of how it came to be. And that's what I tell people. It's about your intention, your heart, it's your will to do it, and you just go with it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. How did you fast even before, just to share that with your husband? That's beautiful. So now, how do you actually celebrate Ramadan?
Yes, so we celebrate Ramadan, compared to what he told me that they used to do at home, where they had the breakfast, lunch, and dinner at his home. Ours is a little bit more laid back. He doesn't have much family here. So what we do, we begin with going for Eid prayers. We try to go to the earliest one. After that, we go to the cemetery. My father, he passed away. We go to the cemetery. Then we come home. We have breakfast. We do have something small before heading out to the mosque, but we have breakfast. And then later on, for like a late lunch, we go out. It's like a lunch dinner. We go out with his sister, who is also here. So no like big celebration, because he doesn't have a lot of family here.
Yeah. And here we're talking about the day right after Ramadan, which is the Eid. This is like when people can now eat and drink all day long again. So yeah, that's awesome. That is wonderful. Now, what would you, what would you tell other people who are not fasting? How can they be compassionate about their Muslims friends who are now fasting? How can they make their day goes better and help them throughout the month?
Well, number one and most important, I think, to remember that your Muslim friends are fasting, to try to remember, and don't offer them food. It's so many people forget. And of course, we don't have a sign on our shirt saying, I'm fasting, I'm Muslim. Unless you mention it, they wouldn't know. People are warming up the lunch in the office, right? They might offer you something. So I think simply by not offering the food, just doing light activities to help the day go by faster. I feel like that really helps us get through the day. Nothing that's gonna exhaust you, and that kind of helps you get through your fasting.
That's awesome. That's a great advice. I remember when I first came to America, the coffee machine was in the same room, same room I work at. And every time they make coffee, it wasn't the Keurig back then. It was like the smell of the entire room. And that was the torture for me. So it was very hard for me at that time. So yeah. Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Cynthia. So how can people order from you? Do they just send you a message on Instagram to order from your store?
Yes. So right now we just have our Instagram page which is at Goat Girl Jewelry. So it's goat_girl_jewelry. It's gonna be the one with the brown logo. And yes, if you see anything on there that you like, if you would like to send me a direct message, we do offer shipping all over the US. And we also make custom orders. We have some orders for Eid jewelry. Feel free to send a picture of your outfit and we can customize something for you.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Cynthia, for being here. I'm really grateful that you were able to join us today. And you guys over there, don't forget to send me your thoughts. What would you like to see in the show? You can send me your ideas. What would you like to see at hello@echoesofimpact.net. That's hello@echoesofimpact.net. That was your host, Noura Almasri. Until next time, keep making an impact.
This has been a Now Media Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved.